Hello to my Leos. It has been super sunny and hot, and Leo season is just around the corner. And so my Leo friends and fellow sun worshipers have been on my mind. So I thought I would do a little read for you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm going to start this off with an inquiry card. What if I were more powerful? Now, honestly, Leo, I always see Leos as super powerful, so I find that fascinating. But you know what? We're in a time of transformation. So what if I were more powerful? All right. So that is intriguing. I'm here for it. Actually, you know what? Before I dig into this, I'm going to pull some angel cards here for some inspo. What do you need to hear, Leo? Aside from the fact that you're amazing and powerful, but on the road to more powerful, right? All right, so what other? All right, so I'm hearing prosperity and simplification. Fascinating. I'm here for it. All right, so 808, 8 number of abundance, 654, simplify your life and focus on what truly matters. Declutter your mind and turn for greater clarity and success. Embrace your potential. Welcome prosperity. You are making wise decisions and heading in the right direction. I love that because I think that pairs perfectly what if I were more powerful? And sometimes we have to simplify things, cut out the riffraff, and get more honed in. And there's a beauty in simplicity. And sometimes simple is profound. So absolutely digging that. So now I know what you're here for. You're here for the love. So let's take a look at the love for the Leos. What's going on? What is your situation? 6 of Pentacles. Whoo, the Chariot. Oh my goodness. The Magician. Okay. Page of Cups. Woo. Then we have the Tower. Interesting. So it looks like I don't know. I feel like you're in a connection right now. It feels pretty balanced, but it also feels like it could move forward very quickly, right? So the Chariot is the fastest moving in the tarot, right? Then we have the Magician, and the Magician to me goes back to this question: what if I were more powerful? So the Magician, you have all the elements there. It's connecting, right? We have infinity sign, connecting the divine with the earthly. The Magician, really weaving the magic. Now, sometimes people can read, depending, the Magician being manipulative. I don't get, honestly, I don't get that from this reading, and I don't get that that's you per se. The Page of Cups, I feel like this is an offer of love. So if you are in a relationship, this might be you saying that L word first, that beautiful word, or maybe maybe you sense that things are going really well and you feel comfortable saying that. It's so funny how people can get really weird about saying I love you, but it's all right. If it's true, it's true. But what's interesting is in like the unseen here, or the unknown, we have the Tower. So I'm not quite sure what that's about, so I'm going to ask for more clarity. But I also pulled from middle of the deck, and we have the Four of Cups, and that's interesting because the Four of Cups is always where sometimes you can't see something right in front of you, or maybe thinking that there's something better. So if you are dating, maybe it's moving too fast for your liking. And to me, that's where the magician can come in and be like, okay, what is it that I really want to create? And then we also have the Four of Pentacles. So we have 2 4s here, which I find fascinating. So, and those were both like in unknown or hidden. So maybe you weren't aware. This to me, I kind of feel like you might be comparing this person to a past person, or they might comparing you. That might be, sorry, my dogs are rasping. You can't hear that. But I want to know more about the Tower first. I want to know more about the Tower. What can you tell me about the Tower? Let's see what that's about. Ooh, 3 of Swords. Interesting. That's fascinating, because the 3 of Swords could be, a lot of times is interpreted as like heartbreak, but to me it can also be self-love too. And then we have the 8 of Swords. So there's something you don't see. Oh, Leo, this is juicy. Okay. So what I'm getting is you perhaps don't, there's something that maybe you don't see yet in this connection, or that somebody is not 100% honest with you. Not that they're lying per se, but it could be more remission, or they're feeling things out. If you've only been on a couple dates, they may be waiting to tell you something. So just be aware, just be mindful. So let's see, let me look at, all right, I want more information on the 4 of Cups. And maybe this person isn't over an ex yet, but then we get the 3 of Pentacles, which is actually, so it's almost like once whatever is hidden comes to light, there is a forward movement. There is a solid foundation, but you get to choose. And that's, I'm just fascinated. Let's see, what else can you tell me about that? But it's actually a good thing. Like, to me, that's, and then we get the King of Swords, and the King of Swords, he does not play, right? Like, and he's got clarity, right? So the King of Swords to me is like the king of clarity, the king of communication. So actually, when all that comes out, what follows is clarity. And there is like, you're able to make the decision that you need to make. And it's very, like, there's no second guessing yourself. There's no regret, no regrets. It's just, okay, this is the situation and this is how I'm moving forward. However you choose to move forward, listen, you have spiritual free will and choice. You go with your gut. All right, let's see if there are any other, what do I want to, let's see if there's any other little niblets from my Leos, my Vixen Leos, to see. But, you know, it still goes back to powerful and prosperity, right? It's your energy is so strong, and you absolutely are super grounded in who you are. And honestly, that's a great thing, because to me, that's like, you're not going to fiddle around. You know what you're worth. Like, yeah, you're just so clear on that. And I love it. Man, that is power, right? To be so anchored in who you are and what you'll accept and what you won't, that, yeah, that's a gift. So pat yourselves on the back. Okay, so let's see. Any last little messages for my Leos as a little lovely send off? Ooh, deep healing. So allow yourself to heal. It is essential for your soul's growth and renewal. So emotional release, inner restoration. You know, honestly, I feel like this is more of a restoration than a deep healing per se, if that makes sense. I feel like, especially with all these other, really good cards, it's more of maybe just taking time to rest. And that's so important, that rest and restoration. All right, let's see. Any other juicy inner flame? So ignite your inner flame. Let it fuel your journey, guiding you to fulfill your soul's vision. So passion, drive, awakening. First of all, I love Leo, your fire. Here we have your fire. And once again, I think these pair perfectly, right? So focusing on, listen, this situation is you're gonna know what to do. So what do you do? Like, what can you do for you? Like, it's great to get the clarity. We have a heads up. All right, there's going to be some truth that comes out or some information that comes out. Then you get to make a decision, but you are so clear cut. You have the clarity. Honestly, Leo, you're going to be fine. In fact, you're going to be better than fine. And I love these little two reminders, right? Restoration. So taking care of yourself. And to me, that's also like it's not just your physical, it's your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, all the subtle bodies, right? And once you get that restorative, then you are going to fire it up, Leo, the only way that you know how. And I absolutely love that about my Leos. So I'm going to leave it there. Listen, you got good things, Leo, and lots of prosperity, maybe. And I think actually even that links really well with the simplification. Simplify your life, take a break, bada boom, bada bing. You'll be better than new, right? And especially as your season comes up, absolutely amazing. All right, Leo, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, share with your friends, help spread the love vibes around the world. Now get out there and sparkle and shine your magic the only way that you know how to. And until next time, more love vibes to come. Ciao.